time. Chainsaw is alarm. This primitive land will fall. Destroy the
It's finally time here, folks. Total Carnage, the main event, steel cage match. With authority, Greg Romero slammed the cage door shut. He is ready for action here. Another contest against the great champion, Jason Muse. Jovi, what'd you think of those entrances?
Representing the Church of Wrestling, Jason Muse had an... And look at this miscreant, Greg Romero.
Wasting no time here. He knows that this is probably the only place where he's going to get a chance to fight one-on-one the entire time with the champion, Jason Muse. And a huge elbow rocks. Absolutely rocks Jason Muse there.
And indeed, the steel cage isn't to keep these two men in, it's to keep everyone else out, including the Church of Wrestling. Their CEO is getting taken to task right here. You were asking me about the entrances earlier. The champion, Jason Muse, had an entrance befitting a champion, befitting a man of the Church of Wrestling. You saw him being carried by his minions, like a champion should be, not like some common street punk on a bike called a hog, like Greg Romero.
Both entrances definitely stirred the audience, as you see Jason Muse taking advantage, using that patented joint manipulation, working that shoulder so he can get that hammer lock
I can still smell the gas coming off the fumes of that monstrosity from Milwaukee to my left.
Some people would call it riveting, though, Joe. See that here, that familiar chant from the BVW faithful. Yeah. This has been highly anticipated all night long. People knew that the cage was going to be erected. They knew that this was going to happen. They knew that these guys were going to be locked in there together.
And this honestly is a match I've been looking forward to. I've been looking forward to Greg Romero getting what's coming to him. And at the hands of the avatar of the Hammerlock, there you see the cage doesn't have much give to it. No forgiving, tearing into the back of Greg Romero. These men are going to have cuts and bruises and scrapes all over them by the end of the night. One of these men is going to have to either climb over the cage, go through the door, or pin his opponent. And with a suplex like that, it very well could be.
Early advantage, as you said, you know, the cage acting like an absolute cheese grater on the flesh of these competitors. As you see Romero with some choice words, he said, "You wanted this, USOB?" And Romero's got to feel at home here in the cage. He's more of the, as you see, cheese grater action right there. As you see, he's definitely more of the brawler.
Yeah, bro, you could say it. He's more of an animal. He's more of a caged beast, for lack of a better term. He's a miscreant. He's a ne'er-do-well. This is a man who's grown up on the streets in the back alleys of Las Vegas his entire life. Like, never lived too far from Fremont Street.
Well, trouble weighs a ton here, and it breeds trouble as Romero definitely taking it to Muse here. And as you said, using some of those familiar street tactics, I dare say.
I mean, a kick to the chops from the boot is just as effective as anything else. Jason Muse able to use that incredible mental capacity of his to move out of the way.
As you see, this is definitely, as you see the impact there on the cage, definitely straining the competitors.
Definitely is straining.
And the cage itself here is in our Sahara Event Center.
This cage may not be able to contain these two. These two are taking each other pillar to post here. It's almost like they want to knock the cage down.
Some serious aggression from both competitors here, as you see. And again, that classic joint manipulation. Anderson-style slam right there. Attacking the shoulder joint. And Greg Romero, submission will win this match.
And that's already the second or third suplex tonight from Jason Muse. Jason Muse is going to try to win this brawl with wrestling.
Muse looking to escape already here.
And oh my goodness. Oh! Romero able to bring him down. And Muse might have to resort to that wrestling. That is his advantage. That is the one thing he can do better than Greg Romero. And Greg Romero has no escape from it. Yes, Romero's a brawler. Yes, it's
up and over goes Romero, though, as you see. Yeah.
Yes, Romero's a brawler, and this is his element. But Jason Muse, with wrestling acumen like that, can keep things in control. At the end of the day, the name on the marquee is wrestling.
That's right. And if you can do that, you can always have a job here. And Romero looks like he's going to go for the escape here. Oh no, Romero wants to fight.
Romero knows he needs more work.
Basement dropkick, a little off the springboard there. Looked like he might not have gotten all of it, but definitely put two boots right into the chest of the champion.
Definitely took the wind out of both men's sails there. Romero knew it was too early to win the championship there. He knew he had to do more damage to the champion, Jason Muse. Romero is many things. A dumb man or an unintelligent combatant is not one of them.
You see here, it looks like he's going to get loose here and employing the first weapon into this match. It's going to be a belt. Oh!
And that was part of his plan. Granted, he always wears that belt, but this was very calculated. He coerced the CEO of the Church of Wrestling into taking a match with no rules so he could do something like this. And no one deserves to be
Many people would
choked.
say that it'd be the commissioner that put this match together, but we all have one view of the Church of Wrestling. And now inside out here, as we got the dog collar choke going on here, with the belt of Romero employing the first weapon into this match. No disqualification cage match. And as you said, coercing the champion into an unfamiliar territory.
But Jason Muse, once again, showing incredible mental acumen. You saw that. He used his neck muscles. He used himself to pull Romero by that belt into the cage. Using the weapon that was using the very weapon that was being used against him.
Absolutely.
I'm so flabbergasted, I can't even think straight right now.
This has been exciting from the beginning here, as you see just what a whack there across the back of Greg Romero. That's got to sting.
I'm still blaming some of those gas fumes from Romero's hog for my lack of mental acumen.
A lot of people in Vegas blame Romero's hog for a lot of things. Joe V and Pete Wilbur here on commentary. Total Carnage here. Steel cage match for the BVW Heavyweight title. We've got the gold right here, right in front of us. And it's a sight to behold, I'll tell you. You can tell why these men are fighting so hard.
I can indeed. It's a beautiful championship. We've seen 2 championships already change hands tonight. Is it going to be a hat trick? We actually saw the Las Vegas championship change hands twice.
Twice in one evening there, as we saw right at the end there, in just a matter of seconds, as tides had been turned. And this is where it's at here, folks. Big Valley Wrestling here, steel cage match. Not going to see anything else like it. And already,
and
what do we have?
What's going on here?
This is Alexander Braven, the exceptional Alexander Braven, and Sergeant Major here. They're trying to get into the cage.
And there's no rules. You can try to stop them, but once they get in, there's really nothing you can do beyond that. They're cutting the lock, and Romero doing everything he can to fight off Braven. Sergeant Major running interference on it.
The referee, Ryan, trying to be on top of things. Sergeant Major absolutely clocks Ryan, gets him out of there.
And that'll be a fine from the office of John
Romero's got to know
Fox.
the numbers game is going to change here. Romero's got to know the numbers game is changing. And now Sergeant Major, one of the strongest men in Big Valley Wrestling, and Alexander Braven, the exceptional former Las Vegas champion, are here to jump Greg Romero. And this is just not fair. This is why we had the steel cage match, Joe.
This is exactly why we had the steel cage match. But you had to know with Tumaguchi banned from the building.
And we got cuffs. We got handcuffs right here. Alexander Braven has handcuffs. He's handcuffing the Bridge Burner to the walls of this steel cage.
And this has the thumbprints of Tumaguchi all over it. This is probably something that was planned well in advance. Even though he's banned from the building, he's making his presence known with this kind of diabolical game plan.
And this is absolutely ridiculous here. Blatant cheating here. And as you said, diabolical game plan or not, Tumaguchi doesn't even need to be here to exhort his evil plans over Greg Romero, who doesn't deserve this type of treatment.
And this is
now just an insult to injury here. They're gonna put the boots to Romero, who's helpless.
He's absolutely helpless. The cage door is wide open.
Somebody's got to help Romero here.
Jason Muse can escape.
This means too much. This means too much for it to end like this.
Jason Muse can escape whenever he wants at this point. But they're going to enjoy this. Oh.
And this is
not good.
Not like this, Joe. Not like this. You hear the impact.
He just bent that sheet metal in half. And there you see the Sergeant Major there barking out orders again as a good little drill instructor. Oh! Back, gone! And
total confusion
total
here. This has just been knocked out. And here they come. The Strong Style Squad's here. The Strong Style Squad's here to save Romero. Muse guarding the entrance here. He wants a piece of Young Boy. Young Boy wants a piece of him.
And it looks like Chase Battle's got the bull cutters.
They've got the bull cutters. And the Strong Style Squad is here to even the odds.
They both avoid the Sergeant Major.
Sergeant Major, get him out of there. Braven, get him out of there.
Jody, you see
Young Boy Jody breaking away the cuffs for Greg Romero.
Has him cut. Young Boy Jody there. The Strong Style Squad with the save.
And Romero's got the 8-ball. He's got the 8-ball in the shirt. You can see it.
This is turned into War Games. Oh!
He clocked him.
Clocked him.
He got him right on top of the head there.
Oh, so all he's got to do is walk through the door in the cage or get the pin.
And Romero's going to escape the cage, or what is he doing?
Oh, no. Oh, no. I think he might be trying to tap into his inner Superfly.
We have seen Romero fly before, but it's been a long time, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do here. Off the top of the cage, the Bridge Burner high above the Sahara Event Center, and there he goes! A diving crossbody!
Taking everybody out, making sure that nobody can interfere in this match any longer.
Strategically landing in front of the entrance of the cage so he could possibly get out of there and secure the victory for the championship.
Very well said. He's just feet away from the Big Valley Wrestling Championship, something he has fought long and hard to get his hands on.
And as soon as the numbers game was equaled here, and looks like we're going to get the Church of Wrestling in a tuck tail and run here a little bit, Joe. Sergeant Major barely able to squeeze out of there.
It looks like the Strong Style squad is sending them on their way as well here. Braven being carried out by the Sergeant Major.
Strong Style squad to the rescue, folks. They uncuffed Greg Romero. He was hooked up onto the wall. Big shot from Romero as he's laying those forearms in there.
Romero taking the fight to Muse, as you said. Muse,
We still got some brawling here on the outside.
Big bicycle kick. The Strong Style squad and the Church of Wrestling going at it. Things don't seem over between these two by a long shot.
And in the ring here, we've got a power bomb by the champion Jason Muse.
That's gotta be it.
Brawl to the back. It's getting crazy in here.
Hammer, are we
looking for the hammerlock?
Come on, all he's got to do is get it locked, and that's going to be all she wrote.
Got the double underhooks in and the body triangles in. That's a deep submission right there. Is Romero going to give up? He can't get to a rope.
That is in deep. Nowhere for Romero to go. Even if he gets to a rope, the referee doesn't have to break the hold. There are no disqualifications.
Romero looked like he was going to go for a pin there.
And able to avoid out of it. Oh, clubbing knee to the head.
Knee strike. That'll loosen any man's grip.
I'm surprised Jason Muse even has any idea where he is and was able to get back to his feet off the cage now.
Pop-up powerbomb, and you see blood pouring out of the head of Jason Muse, out of the forehead there. And Romero's looking for a deep Boston crab here.
Has him in that crab. Trying to drag him out to the middle of the ring. Muse trying to fight it off.
Sets it in deeper. He's got the Lion Tamer locked in with that knee.
Exactly.
And that's it.
We have a new champion. New champion
has finally done it. What a match. What a sight. Brand new champion, folks. Total Carnage. Greg Romero, the Bridge Burner, now a champion. Joe, I can't believe what I've just seen.
Neither can I, and the Big Valley Wrestling faithful are on their feet here, and they are going nuts. Their new champion is Greg Romero. What an incredible match.
Folks, we've got more to come. October 29th, our next event. Joe, V, thank you for joining me. Pete,
thank you.
Thank you. Here, Pete Wilbur here, folks. Total Carnage. It's over. We've got a new champ as the old champ leaves bloodied and battered.